Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike and I'm coming at you with another video. In this Magic Square Optimus Prime, I got it at Show Z for a little under 50 bucks, and it is a very good figure. I'd actually venture to say it's the best Optimus Prime in Legend size. So here's the box, and I like to show the box with the figure in it, but this figure is a little bit more intricate than the average Legends figure, so I have been messing with it for a while before I made the video, and I'm not gonna throw it back in the box. But it's always fun to see, like, hey, what's it gonna look like when you get it? And you know, it's Magic Square. There's some packaging. Side of the Prime, and then the front of the truck. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I gotta tell you, I was surprised how big the box was when I got it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is show you the accessories that have something to do with the truck mode. And really the only accessories that have anything to do with the truck mode is if you want to go smaller on your smokestacks. How can I get that in? These are just short stacks. And if I can show you, do you see that? Yeah, they're shorter stacks. And you know, you get two sets. So I got this set and that set. And I like longer stacks. Let's have a look at just the cab mode. And the cab mode actually comes together really well. It looks good. You've got some paint right here, painted on and molded. Molded and painted wipers. You've got kind of a bit of a shiny reflective paint right here. And the side. You got some paint right there. So this guy looks pretty good. So in this mode, really, it has two negatives. This kind of open part here, I expected Magic Square to have a filler for that. So no filler for that. And then on the back, like this piece here that kind of covers the head, doesn't close all the way on its own. Like I can hold it closed and then boom, it pops open, but a small price to pay. So let's look at this trailer real quick. It looks pretty good. I mean, I'd have to go through and put some Autobot symbols on it if I cared enough to do that. But you can open these little pieces down here and it'll help you stand it. And then of course you can pull and drop down these pieces and you got a stable. Open it up and fold down some flaps and pull out your combined mechanism so you can have a ramp for your, it doesn't plug in anywhere, it doesn't really plug in, but you can go up and down the ramp and you can do the whole with it closed too. You have this whole little gimmick that you see in every Prime trailer. And it's a little bit less than you're used to seeing. These things don't extend, and the whole thing itself's not removable, or else you could put probably two, maybe three Magic Squares. Definitely could put three of the New Age figures in here. Hold the gun, but he can't pull the trailer. That's something I thought was kind of strange. The trailer doesn't really have a way for you to connect it to this guy, so, or if there is, I did not see it. So let's go ahead and do a quick comparison of size for just the cab only Prime. This is the Hasbro version of Sea Spray and Magic Square's own UFO Cosmos. And you gotta get the size. You can see the scale. And let's see it from yet another angle. And it is the right of all sentient beings to get out and vote. Vote for Optimus Prime. Prime, you can't keep leaving your trailer just laying around on the side of the road. What's going on? Roller is sick he can't take care of his trailer hauling duties. Well, you have to do something with your trailer. I wear my trailer as armor. Have you considered that? Yes, I tried that, but it makes me look fat. You have to figure something out, Prime. Figure it out. Huffer, thanks for taking care of my trailer. I'll give you some extra Energon snacks when we get back to Teltron 1. Prime, you know I would have done it for free, but I'll never turn down some Energon snacks. Alright, so let's get into transforming this guy. First thing you're going to do is you're going to unhook these side pieces that are tabbed in, and then you're going to unclip this right here. And I like to start with the legs. So we're going to split the legs, and then we're going to go ahead and turn them around. We're going to open up these pieces in the back, which were folded in half, and so we're going to open all that right up. Then we're going to okay, it's going to all fold down because it folded up, and if you can see that whole contraption there, you want to get it all in place. Now you're going to rotate this wheel around, and you've got to fold this piece here in, and then that piece folds in, and then all of the wheel goes inside of here. So there you go, you tuck that wheel in, and then the rest of this just folds around, clips in, and it's nice and easy. So let's do it again. Open up all of this fun stuff right here. We're going to bring the leg down. We're going to fold this piece in and fold it back in on itself. We're going to fold this down, and it's going to go inside, tuck in. Funny. Pull this out, pull this out. Now, these heel pieces should be exposed. If you can see it, heel piece exposed, heel piece exposed, and we have the legs done. And somewhere in there, I just dropped one of these. I don't like how these pieces are falling off. So they are made to be removable. I will remove them so I don't knock them off again in transformation. And we're gonna get on with the rest of this transformation. All right, now I got the legs done. Now, at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to split open the arms so much, and it comes out, you know, just like the Prime always does. And we are going to turn it around and start working on this front piece. Oh, this turns into a bit of a mess. So if you open up the chest, it makes everything seem a little easier. You have to untab all of these little tabs that go into making it hold together. And they're really, really tiny tabbed. Now, we're going to, okay, so we're gonna fold this around like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll this back. That piece wants to pop out, doesn't it? And then I'm going to take this up. This piece is going to go up into here. This piece here comes down. You rotate all of this around. This piece here, you're going to rotate it all the way around, and then this piece here, you're going to flip the whole grill, and then you're going to turn this into the matrix chamber. And all of this is going to clip in like so. Let's flip the waist around at this point. See, flip the waist around at this point. And we're gonna get into finishing this guy up. All right, let's clean this guy up. So you're gonna see that this matrix chamber is on a double swivel, so you're gonna push it into the chest. You can, at this point, close up the chest. And then we're gonna turn them around, and you can see these pieces that I said to fold down when you were trying to pass it through that section. Now you fold them up to get them in place. And then you fold this one up to get it in place. And the good thing about Magic Square plastic is it's pliable. It's not the best thing, that's the best thing about it. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the head out. So we're gonna open the back of this up, and it's gonna be in like, it's gonna look like that. We're gonna roll the head out. Now my head did just fall off, and that's not a big deal. Just plug it back on and go all about putting this head back in place. Close that up. Make sure everything's tabbing in just right. That one's all the way in. This one's all the way in now. Okay, good. Now, here we are, and we just have the hands left. So the hands, as you can see, you have a bit of an elbow going on still. What we're going to do is we're going to fold the hand out. We're gonna, as you're folding this section over, you fold this flap down and tuck it in. Roll the hand out, fold this down and over at the same time. So there you go, and you have a prime. I'm going to reconnect these pieces here, and they just connect to his arms like so, which, I don't know, they made them removable. Maybe it's a good thing they did that. The fact they made them so removable, like not glued in, they fall off easy. So, but I'm a fan of the big smoke stacks, and let's get into looking at this guy. Without a doubt, this is the mode. This guy shines in. He looks good from every angle. We're going to do a comparison with his bigger counterpart soon, and we're going to see a few differences, but I have to say, I would say this is 90% the same transformation as the bigger boy. And this brings into question, can Magic Square upsize some of their other figures and get back into the Masterpiece realm? Is their Prime a one and done in the Masterpiece realm? Who knows? So he's got a bunch of accessories, so let's get into them real quick. First thing is, you do want to see his matrix. So you open his matrix chamber, you take his matrix, which is super tiny, and you plug it in right there. There's his matrix. You can close that chest up, and that's good. Next thing, he has this axe, and you can always just pop his hand off. Magic Square is really good at just having pop-off hands, and you have his axe. Slash, slash. No articulation in the axe, and I would not want articulation in that axe. We have all these removable hands. We have all kinds of different movable hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to show you what the different ones look like. He has pointer fingers for both sides. He has a white open hand, like maybe shaking his hands. This hand is to go with Ultra Magnus. Put her there, brother. He has a semi-open hand that holds his gun, but not very well, and a closed hand that holds his gun very well, and I'm kind of done with hands. I want to start this comparison off with him versus himself. First thing I want to point out is how these are painted right here, and this is transparent. Now, the transparent poses a problem if you don't have my little cheap trick in there, then you can see everything going on inside of this chest. With this painted, which I would have preferred on that, now that I see what the problem is, this is better. This is better than that. And this has kind of some clear stuff. It's almost like the big one has some upgrades to it. So the chrome versus not really chrome, just shinier paint. And looking at the back of it, let's see how clean they are. Let's flip this guy around, and I don't know what this red bit's going on. I know what the red bits are. That's like an homage to MP44 because it's part of the cab, but they do maintain the same kind of hip flap stuff going on right here, and you have it right here, and that kind of stuff going on. And then the accent with the tank, the accent with the take. I'm surprised how much of this transformation is similar to this one. And I want to say that this is a good bot. And I don't think that this is the best masterpiece version of Prime made, but I want to say this is the best Legends version of Prime made. It's funny, it's odd, it's crazy. This is a good bot. If this is your masterpiece Prime, enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy this as my masterpiece Legends Prime. So here's a bit of a size comparison, and I guess in this shot we can spread some stuff out a bit so that we can see stuff a little bit more in scale. And what I want to say is that I think this Prime will fit with McFan's toys. I think it will fit fine New Age / Toy World, because that looks okay. I mean, these guys, you might have to say, okay, well, if you go McFan's toys and then you throw in one New Age, does it bother you? Well, oddly enough, it doesn't bother me. And here's Mr. Moon's version of Blaster. This is a McFan's toys. Now, this guy is just too big, but I can pose him where it doesn't really make a difference with kind of this like kneeling pose. And it kind of takes them down a notch, and so it doesn't look so bad. There's things you can do to make it work, but I think this is the most well-rounded Prime out there. Works in every case. Let's go and have a look at his articulation, and with this, he can flip this flap up, and his leg forward, leg back, like that. His knee, same thing as with the big one, 90 degree. You can't get the articulation you could with, like, say, an MP44, but I mean, for a $50 figure versus $450, whatever. You do have the thigh swivel, you have the ankle tilts, and the rocker, and his head can swivel all the way around or come off, by the way. It does pop off, which is a cheat in transformation if you like to cheat. And then the shoulder goes all the way around. You gotta be super careful because those fall off so easy. You might lose one and end up with like 3. And then you gotta swivel right there, elbow, and the hand, well, it has articulation, hand articulation. And of course you have that. This is becoming more of a thing, like if you don't have an ab crunch, people act like it's the end of the world if your figure doesn't have an ab crunch. But an ab crunch, and well, can spin around because it's part of the transformation. And so I gotta say, it's pretty good articulation on this guy. Pretty positive person. If you watch my videos, you could say, Mike, you're a ray of sunshine and you're always positive. But I don't like the matte plastic. The only thing about this figure I don't like is the matte plastic, and these things fall off. Look at McFan's Toys plastic and it shines. Look at this plastic and it's not shiny. I can't say this figure is not beautiful, because it is. I mean, it looks amazing. It's just, what if it had this plastic on this design? You know, I kind of feel like I can't get a perfect figure, and this is as close as I can get right now, and I love it. And for 48 bucks, what you gonna do? So anyway, I probably said it 2 or 3 or 4 times that this is the best Optimus Prime Legends scale that you can get by far. I love it. It's great. The pluses, massive articulation. The transformation is close to the masterpiece with a couple of compromises to make it easier. Because the transformation is not as hard as the masterpiece one, but the masterpiece one's not like Transform Element or MP44 hard, but not quite as MP10 simple. And the popping off of the smokestacks and the lack of shininess to the plastic are the only negatives. I would say get this if you're a true Legends collector. I was trying to hold on to this thing because I thought it had the biggest size and it had a bit of a sheen to it, but Magic Square kills Combat Commander. Go ahead and get yours at Show Z before they sell out, because Show Z is known to sell out because they have the best price. Like, subscribe to Your Hanger out.